are rapidly growing.
There's one simple warm
God damn.
water hack that anyone can use to fight off nerve.
Protest erupted in Hunan as thousands of students surrounded police cars to block the arrest of their peers. Hellish challenge. The next 4 years will be worse. Young people with no savings, no jobs, earning 2,500 won monthly, collectively breaking down, living as rat people. Xi Jinping's Millennium Plan, Seonggan becomes a ghost city. Where are the 1.36 million people? The current state is shocking. Xi Jinping set conditions. Before stepping down, Wang Yang agreed to succeed but proposed 3 key conditions. The CCP's power struggle has entered a life-or-death phase. Electric vehicles spontaneously catch fire on a cargo ship departing from China.
Oh yeah, that one. That was
3,000
funny as
vehicles
shit.
become scrap metal.
I did a video before upon BYD because when IShowSpeed came to China, he was looking at the BYD cars, right? And he was checking all the high tech that was happening with the supercars that was being blown, that was like being built over there. Like it's all cyberpunk. Like it's not of this world that China was building. China was building all these crazy cars, these crazy high technology, like innovations and vehicles. So like the ones that can float, some that can go 360 by itself, freaking like sports cars doing like hydraulic dancing and shit. But then when I went to looking at the BYD on China Observer, they showed the truth. And I was like, oh my God, I'm bawling out right there. How that shit does not like last only a year and already all the deficiency already there. Tofu drag ass cars over there. That was like, oh my God. And then I had comments on that video, just 2 comments, just saying, oh, this is, American anti-China propaganda. All this is just, like propaganda. That's what they're telling you. They're telling you to say that China is bad, China is bad, China is bad. I'm not saying China is bad, but that shit was hilarious.
You're watching Decoding China, where we bring you timely analysis and grounded perspectives on today's China. The new generation challenges the authoritarian regime. A large-scale protest erupted in Hunan as thousands of students surrounded police cars to block the arrest of their peers. Protests and resistance in China are rapidly growing, erupting across the country in various forms and involving diverse social groups. Notably, a new generation of students and young people is emerging, boldly protesting for their rights and challenging the Chinese Communist Party's authoritarian and oppressive policies. This is what the CCP fears most,
Yeah.
as its indoctrination and suppression
This
tactics appear
this
to be
is
losing
happening in China.
effectiveness.
Like this happened in China for months right now. For the last, I think, 2 or 3 months, this shit happened in China. Just as that they didn't want to show the world. There's a reason they didn't have the news hearing about this. Instead, so they had a lot of people on social media that would use their cell phones and upload it through their own social medias like Reno, TikTok, Weibo, WeChat, and so on, right? Then of course there's Twitter, which is global, and of course you see Chinese Twitter's like tweets and X, like, or Elon Musk's tweets, X, right? And I would go there too, and I actually see actual uncut videos. There was even videos of like one night where you see like thousands of people there literally recording on like their on cell phone, thousands and thousands of people like at the dead of night just asking, just literally cheering like topple down the government, topple down the government, topple down the government, literally. But instead they don't want the world to show that, so they censored it. They capture the people, they delete the videos, which I've been hearing. I'm very well informed thanks to China Uncensored and China Insider with David Shang. I think he's more credible because I know Chris Chappell is the one did the is the like the pioneer of anti-CCP propaganda. Although he's also doing America Uncovered, which as well is exposing and talking shit on like Trump, Elon Musk, and Biden and all that good stuff. He's not leading left. He's not leading right, nor he's leaning left. He's not that. He's actually quite centered, a matter of fact. So, but this one right here has managed to see lots of credible videos, especially videos that work so much from news in the news where in Hong Kong in 2019, like they started shooting down, so you hear gunfire going down in the streets of Hong Kong, all that stuff. Yet again, let's aside. On the other hand, China's still a pretty dope place too. I would want to visit there, even though they beat Tibetans and Uyghurs in prisons. I still watch BiliBili and loving their Donghua. It's like Link Click, a Cube, I think Super Cube, like the all devouring whale. Some of the very cute Donghuas I was watching on BiliBili. I still watch that, even though they're oppressing Hong Kongers. I still want. I'm looking at a lot of people here in America love Genshin Impact, love playing Black Myth Wukong, love the BYD, and seeing all the the culture there that's all influenced. Chinese culture is being shown right now in movies even more, especially like seeing like the some of the theme parks that are like very very well innovated, and love to see like how things going well, including the nice beautiful views of China, especially in the spring of there. Aside from threatening to invade Taiwan with a show of force, and and has sent and putting in Chinese police in the United States. I still want to. I could still try to see China, but I also got to understand, that the CCP is a hella thug, hella thug. There's a reason why Xi Jinping doesn't want Winnie the Pooh there, but he keeps it in his bedroom because Winnie the Pooh. If I go to China, I would probably dress like Winnie the Pooh and get something like this is happening right here.
On the evening of June 3rd, senior students at Shangyu School in Changning City, Hengyang, Hunan Province, China, spontaneously held a shouting building activity on campus to relieve stress before the college entrance exam. The event involved activities like drumming and group singing between two teaching buildings, attracting onlookers from other grades. However, the school reported it to the police due to its enthusiastic nature. Police entered the campus, identified 3 students as organizers, and detained them. Outraged, students formed a human wall to block the police vehicles, but the police forcibly dispersed them using pushing and other tactics. Students revealed that on April 14th, Shangyu High School and Hangzhou High School partnered with the Hengshui Zhengxian Education Group to establish a new model for private school management. The goal was to make both schools benchmarks in southern Hunan through prestigious school empowerment, resource sharing, and distinctive co-building. Students expressed frustration. Next semester will follow Hengshui's schedule, waking at 5 a.m., attending 15 classes a day, and mandatory running for teachers and students. Hengshui teachers are now managing the school, and it's unbearable. Since their arrival, the school banned air conditioning last week. It's unbearably hot, but they won't turn it on. The high school atmosphere is terrible. Mid-semester, they demand additional fees, 11,000 wen for tuition, 17,000 with extras, and later they'll deceive us into paying for materials. Tuition is nearly 20,000 wen, approximately 2,782 US dollars per semester. Last night, students formed a human wall to block the police cars, shouting, "Withdraw from school and refund fees," demanding the release of the detained students.
Yeah.
Despite our efforts, we watched as 3 classmates were taken away. Overseas X platform users shared videos of the incident, with comments such as, "Kids relieving stress this way is normal." The sensitive timing likely caused the school and police to overreact.
It man, even so here in America, we have like these rising costs of living that's coming up that is skyrocketing here in the United States. The college tuitions at the same time just skyrocketed. I mean, it's unbearable, bro. It's unbearable. But it's not in that situation like in China, where that was being done on purpose. Although, well, both sides actually. I mean, in America, we got massive corporations of big pharma invading tuitions on college payments. Yeah, and affordable living. It's just like how the CCP is doing it over there too. On a massive scale. And well, what you don't see is actual protests that are like professionally recorded, like actually filmed with actual professional big cameras, news stations. The last time that ever happened was in China, what I'm talking about, was back in the 80s. I think in 1989, that was the last thing they ever seen. Well, maybe 2012, actually. 2012. I think that was the last thing they ever did. And after that, they started censoring the shit out of it. They started censoring the living shit out of it because in 2012 it was the anti-Japanese riots out there.
History repeats itself. June 4th will come again. The authorities' handling is foolish. Using
Yes.
administrative measures often backfires. Shouting building is a long-standing tradition for emotional release and collective stress relief. The real issue isn't the shouting. It's the system's fear and misunderstanding of spontaneous order. Well done, though they couldn't stop the regime's enforcers. These young students' defiance shows there's still hope for China. Recently, multiple school protests have erupted in China. As we reported on May 26th, Wu Yijia, a 13-year-old female student at Suchang No. 6 Middle School in Henan Province, fell to her death from a building after being subjected to corporal punishment by her teacher, sparking large-scale protests. Protesters angrily smashed the school's glass windows, and a large number of riot police were deployed, arresting people and using pepper spray. In January 2025,
This one.
a 17-year-old boy at Pucheng County Vocational Education Center in Shanxi died after falling from a building. His family alleged bullying, but officials claimed he jumped after opening a window, triggering another protest by tens of thousands. According to netizens, this was the largest demonstration in mainland China since January 2023.
Yeah, that one too. This one was being shared throughout all social media. And this was also recorded. They said there were many fights went down with the police in this one. I mean, so many that they still were managed to be deleted in like international social media apps, like of course like TikTok, X, Facebook, which is actually international. Even though they say it's Western, it's actually quite international. It's for everyone. Japan is included, Taiwan included, China included, YouTube included. So yeah, I mean, this was recorded at the time, and when this brought out, I mean, yet again, for some reason, this was not even on NBC. They won't put this on NBC. They won't put this on Fox News because YouTube um, is trying not to piss them off. I'm talking, yeah, and I know I'm probably gonna get censored for this. But since I have very little, I'm very small. They don't even care. So at least I can say it up loud, because I'm so small right here. I'm like a tiny little bystander around here, but I'm still willing to say things. I'm still willing to say things, right? But like this one, like again, there. If you think shit like this, the shit's going down really bad in America, you don't know the shit that went down in China. And that's when I realized. That's when I started to realize, okay, this is getting dire. I did not knew this, but we all being blasted away with China, and I too get blasted away by too will fall for that because We see what we saw in iShow Speed's streams that everyone in China like knows who iShow Speed is. Even though they don't have the capacity to watch it on YouTube. So how do they do it? Well, they actually use VPNs and illegal streaming and go through like sites where they kind of is illegal that to watch YouTube, which is which is an American app site, and then to see iShow Speed or see shows like Squid Game, to see other animes like High School DxD Uncensored, you have to go. Yeah, they go to these Chinese pirate sites that slims you in to like to the international world, to the international YouTube. Yeah, it slips you in. That's why everyone in China knows who iShow Speed is. And not only that, is are these very local companies that kind of like bring connections to this. Yes. Now, on the other hand, yes. You have in BiliBili, which is actually now becoming international, BiliBili too. So everybody knows who Sideshow Speed is in BiliBili because BiliBili be uploading content on YouTube as designed to kind of bring that cross in. Shout out to them as well. Keep in mind also too, for those who don't understand, BiliBili is also in connection with Aniplex from Japan. That's why we get to see anime donghwas for like All Devouring Whale, like Super Cube, To Be Hero X, which is like probably like they being top rated in China right now. Aside from Solo Levelings, right, which is a South Korean, but is being produced by Japanese anime studios. Soon enough, now we're gonna get South Korean animations. But back to this. Since we're so fascinated with it, even as a person who loves amusement park as well, fascinated by the technology. Very, 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 very small image of what's going down here. Of what's going down here.
With an estimated 50,000 participants, the CCP's high-pressure stability maintenance tactics can no longer suppress the people.
Are you still alive? Oh yeah, I'm still alive. I'm still alive.
Citizens are awakening and resisting tyranny in various ways. The collapse of this authoritarian regime may not be far off.
Oh my god,
Aren't you
bro.
tired?
I think I'm gonna start paying for the.
Hellish challenge. The next 4 years will be worse. Young people with no savings, no jobs, earning 2,501 monthly, collectively breaking down, living as rat people. A blogger shared, "Today I want to vent about a universe